Hey folks, it's a man once again, and of course, as you already know, what I'm reviewing is Paranormal Activity because I have rented all three of these movies, and I've seen the first one before, but since the third film came out, and they are making a fourth one, I'm halfway through Paranormal Activity 2, and I just had to stop it because I knew I was thinking of doing the reviews for all these in one video, but I said fuck it. I'll just do them separately. Um, I'm not done with Paranormal Activity 2. I haven't watched Paranormal Activity 3, but I can already say I hate these fucking movies. I really do. Yes, this is coming from a guy who enjoys Blair Witch Project. You want to know why I love Blair Witch Project? You can go back and check the review. I did a review that actually turned into like an hour-long review on why I love Blair Witch Project. It's the first one I ever saw. I think the woods are much scarier than, your own home. The characters I like more. The ending I like. I mean, also helps it was the first of its kind that I saw. Anyway, you can check that out. And yes, I even like Cloverfield. You can check out why. But some of these found footage films, I don't like The Last Exorcism. I don't like Zombie Diaries. I don't like Diary of the Dead. And I don't like this movie. I don't know why this film got so popular. I don't know why this film got such a big fucking franchise now. And, okay, if you like the films, that's cool. I can't take it away from you. But one review says it's one of the scariest movies of all time. I'm sorry, I disagree with that. I mean, Oren Peli, whatever his last name is, I give credit that he has a small budget and he's created not only this big hit, but just a insanely successful franchise. He also produced Insidious, which was also very successful. Granted, but I'm just not a fan of this film. I will admit, the first time I saw it, I mean, the story's simple. You have these couple called Katie and um, Micah. I forget if it was Micah or Micah. Guy and girl, they're in their home, and they have this supernatural presence, and the guy brings home this video camera, and they're going to tape it. And every time it gets to nightfall, as the movie progresses, worse and worse things. So it starts out very simple with a noise, a door going this and this, and then it escalates until the final shot. And it was originally developed as an independent feature and given film festival screenings in 2007. And Paramount Pictures got it. They got a new ending for the film. Film earned $108 million at the box office. $108 million. And each film that comes out is like a prequel. Like this one's like it pretty much is a prequel until like the very, very end is a sequel. I know because I heard about it. And then the third film is even more of a prequel. So what is the fourth one going to be in their conception? And the ending is when the twins are born. I'll get to that, but okay. I will admit, when I first saw this film, I was getting into it. I'm like, okay, we can relate to being out in our home, but I don't think it's as scary as being out in the woods by yourself when you're alone, you can't go anywhere, you can't escape, you know, losing food, losing water, that type of stuff. But hey, what do I know? But getting some water here. Long story short, some of the stuff was creepy. A little bit, like I could get into it. I mean, the two main characters were not the best, and in fact, the guy, Micah, or Micah, how do you say his first name? he got more and more annoying, and especially when I saw it the second time. The first time I didn't mind him too much. Second time he got more annoying. The lead girl, Katie Featherston, she does alright. It basically starts her with, he bought this camera, they go, they set it up. Their day-to-day life, which, I don't know, I don't buy 100% because I don't really buy them in a relationship. I really don't buy the two main characters, that they're, you know, I've seen better actors, like the lead guy in Last Exorcism I really enjoyed. I just really hate the ending of that film. And weird stuff starts happening. They go downstairs and their chandelier's moving. Stuff falls down. A moment she wakes up and walks outside, but then the next night she doesn't remember ever doing any of that. Really hardcore at the end is, she's in bed and she gets dragged out, and that was a scene like, oh shit, okay, that was a scene like, okay, I give credit to that scene because it's a little bit creepy. She gets dragged out and he's chasing after her. But the ending, I fucking hated the ending. I mean, I can understand the appeal, the idea of the film. I just don't find it that scary. I didn't find it that frightening. There were moments like when she gets dragged that were, a little bit creepy. But the ending really killed it for me the first time I saw it, and here I probably liked it even less. The second time viewing this, I liked it even less. Harry Knowles, he says it's one of the scariest at-home viewing experiences ever. Bullshit. Okay, it's about as scary as going to the dentist. That's scarier, actually. You know what's scary? Having a dream of you waking up with no dick. Scarier. You know what's scarier? Um, Getting on the toilet and taking a shit. That's scarier than this movie. I mean, I'm sorry. I was not scared at all by this film. Again, um, a little instances of, creepy noises and the girl being dragged. That was it. Micah, the reason I said this guy got more annoying the second time viewing is that the guy, as we were led to believe in this first film, it seemed like he was the guy who really escalated this, because apparently the girl said that she was a kid, her and her sister, Christy, had weird stuff going on, and they moved. Their house burned down, they moved, and like something happened again when they were 13, and that happens periodically, and it's starting again. It starts out small, but from the first film, it sets up that like it seems like the boyfriend, is escalating it. Like they get a psyche, and the psyche says, "Do not get a Ouija board. You'll escalate things." And the guy's always egging it on. Come on, Hi, is that all you got? You're just gonna move doors? He buys a Ouija board even though she told him not to. They leave, and then the Ouija board goes by itself and catches on fire. And I know people are gonna say, I think I said this one just sporadically, why don't they just leave? Well, the whole idea is that the girl, it's been following her since she was a kid from place to place. Her and I guess maybe her sister. So it would not matter if they moved. It's following her, not the house. So it's not that the house is haunted. Is that I guess it's this demon that has followed her when she was a kid. You find out why in the third movie. Like, you give a fuck. I didn't give a shit. I mean, I can honestly say, without seeing the rest of part 2 and part 3, that the first one, if there's a best, it would be this one, because it was simple. It was the idea of, okay, here's a person who's been haunted since a kid, and, because of her asshole boyfriend, it escalates to the point where the ending, he's like, we don't get out to a motel, and she's like, no, I want to stay. They stay the night. She wakes up. She walks over, screams. The boyfriend runs in. It's silence for a while. He gets thrown to the camera. She walks up. She's got blood on herself. She's killed her boyfriend. She looks at the camera and goes, "Yeah!" And we're supposed to be scared. And I'm like, fuck this stupid shit. You know, when you do found footage stuff, I mean, either you don't go one way and okay, this isn't real, but it's fun. Like Cloverfield, I found entertaining because it's a big monster movie. Or Blair Witch Project, you know, it dealt with its theme in one way or another. And I think those are the reasons why I enjoy those two films. Plus, I like the characters more. I can't buy someone being possessed and still think of it as, oh, this is real. Even in the reality, oh, this was real. I always knew they weren't real, but if you're getting to the film and trying to experience it and be like, okay, what if this was real? Just experience it, take your brain out, put it over here. I can't do that when it's someone being possessed. Last Exorcism, it would help to me because the lead guy was a very, very, very solid actor, but the ending killed it. And here, the ending, I'm like, fuck this. This is stupid. This possession angle. And I know all about the alternate endings where she kills herself or the cops come and shoot her, and I didn't give a fuck. So, and stupid things like they have this psychic guy. He's like, oh, talk to this demonologist. Then they don't. The guy, the boyfriend, again, being a dumbass, being, no, don't call him. I don't want you to call him. Don't call him. I'm like, your girlfriend's going through all this shit and you keep filming and you don't want her to call a demonologist? Then when they decide to, he's not available, he's away, so they call a psychic, and he comes in, he's like, I must leave here. It's like, the whole psychic guy was pointless. Why did you put him in the movie? Like, he comes in saying, call this guy. You don't call him. Then, you don't call him out. Then he's away. So the psychic comes by again. He comes by just go, oh, I shouldn't be here. In fact, I should leave. You know, you guys are going to be fine. And then, of course, they're not fine because, you know, one's dead and one's possessed. Just, so the psychic angle goes nowhere. The boyfriend character becomes an really unlikable asshole. You know, the ending is depressing. It's the same fucking shock ending that 99% of these found footage films have. And it's like, worked once, but not all the time. It's cliche. It's like, oh, another shock ending. It's not scary. It's fucking tiring. And it's fucking, like, I guarantee you, Paranormal Activity 3 is going to have the same kind of ending. I mean, it's not shocking anymore. It's expected. It's cliche. So yeah, it has a little bit of creep factor. You know, the girl being dragged out that one scene, and you know, seeing little bits. But at the end of the day, it's much ado about nothing. I guess I'm just not a fan of this franchise, as I'm gonna find out because I've seen half of this part 2, and I'm not liking anything so far. But yeah, Paranormal Activity, the boyfriend's a dumbass, the psychic angle is useless, the dumbass boyfriend, again, you're thinking, the way it projects in the first film, he's the one provoking all this more and more by pissing off the demon, doing the Ouija board and all this stuff. But that's not the case, really. Which, again, one thing this film did not need was a franchise. There's actually two things. It did not need a fucking mythology behind it. And that's what we're getting. So I'll get into that more. But anyway, Paranormal Activity, it wasn't scary. It wasn't frightening. Had a shitty ending. A dumbass boyfriend. And a psychic angle that is pointless. And the two leads, you don't always buy them all the time as a couple. So that's my short review of Paranormal Activity, Rant, whatever you want to call it. Come out part 2 in a little bit. Fuck.